this today's Zoo to You. We have a really special, exciting Zoo to You from the field today. My name is Emily Wilder and I'm here with
Karen McElroy. Nice to meet you guys.
And we are here, this is a special day. It is the very first turtle release day. So we're going to be showing you all about what we've been doing with turtles and conservation at the zoo and what's going to happen where their new home is going to be. So it's really exciting. And a bunch of those turtles are right here. If you want to come and take a look. Oops. Look at all these chonkers here. So we have a whole bunch of native snapping turtles. So these are all local native turtles, and they were born right around here, actually on a ball field just past these wetlands. And what we've been doing at Zoo New England, so we have this really cool program called Hatch, and it's called Headstarting, Hatchling and Turtle Conservation through Headstarting, Hatch. And what it is, it's a program where local schools help us raise native turtles and give them a little head start in life so that they are more likely to survive after we release them. And so what happens is you take a tiny little hatchling turtle, right? They're so tiny, they're about the size of a quarter when they first hatch. And by the end of the school year, right, after just 9 months of raising them, the kids have gotten these turtles to huge, huge sizes. You can see, right, this turtle here is over 700 grams. And right, this turtle is now so big and strong, it has a much better chance of surviving on its own in the wild. And so we're helping this local population to do better. Okay, so right here, right, we're at this little swamp, and my coworker Kara is here, and we've set some traps to see what else is living in this swamp and who else lives here, so and who's going to be the friends of these turtles.
Fantastic. So when we set these traps, we put food in there, we put sardines in there to try to tempt animals into the traps. We make sure there's always a pool noodle in the trap so it's floating. So anything that breathes air, such as turtles, even if they get caught underwater, they'll have plenty of room to breathe. And we often get some pretty exciting finds here. So, for instance, this trap, where we set it, has a whole set of painted turtles. These painted turtles are really cool animals, and it's a really good sign that we caught so many of them in this trap, because they're about the same size as a lot of the snapping turtles you guys raised. And that means that there will be a lot of appropriately sized food out in this really muggy wetland. So we have already caught a painted turtle and put it up on the deck, and Emily will tell you more about it.
Okay, so I've got this painted turtle here. This is the most common kind of turtle in Massachusetts. If you're ever out walking around, right, especially on a sunny day like this, and you see some turtles off basking on a log, it's probably a painted turtle. And they get that name because they have these beautiful kind of painted colors on their shell and on their legs and arms. And this turtle is being very shy, right, hiding inside of its shell. But we can tell actually by looking at the turtle, this is a male painted turtle. It's got these super long claws here. Maybe you guys can see, right? And that tells me that this is a male turtle. There are a whole bunch of turtles here. Kara also caught a bunch of different kinds of fish as well, which we have. Some of them I'll just move that right there. See if you guys can see that. Whoa! Oh my God. So that is a catfish, and they're really slimy and hard to hold, but I tried to hold that up a little bit for you guys to see. And she also caught in here, look at this frog. So this wetland is full of all kinds of creatures, and it is going to be a really excellent place for these turtles to live, right? They're going to have lots of places to hide and lots of things to eat as well in here. So, what kinds of questions do you guys from the audience have about this new home for all of these little turtles?
We do not have any questions yet, but anyone watching, feel free to send your questions and we'll try to get to them.
Awesome. So one of the questions that we often get from a lot of students is, you know, how are these turtles going to survive after being in a classroom for a year, right? So all these guys have been in classrooms up until all the school closures, and then after that, teachers and parents volunteered to take the turtles home with them and care for them. And they, you know, they're in a tank and they're being fed an all-you-can-eat buffet basically every day. And so, you know, you might think that now they're really used to being with people and that they're not going to be able to survive in the wild. But what's really cool about working with turtles is that they have a lot of instinct built in. And so even though they've been raised in captivity for some months, as soon as they come out into the wild, we've actually done studies where we track them and see how they do after release. And it's like that instinct kicks in right away, and they already know, without anyone having to train them, how to hunt and how to swim and how to find shelter, right? All of those things are built into their brains, and so they're really good at surviving on their own in the wild, which is really cool. And after tracking them and monitoring populations over many years, we've actually found really, really high survival rates for our head-started turtles, which is super exciting.
So we did have a few questions come in.
Yeah.
Leah wants to know, how old are these turtles that are being released?
Okay, so these turtles were born at the end of August of last year, 2019, so they are not even 1 year old. So, like, you know, they're still very young, very small turtles, but they are huge for their size. So we have here a shell. This is the shell of an adult snapping turtle. And so you can see, right, they're pretty big turtles, but yet, right, this turtle here, right, is only 9 months old, and look at how big it is already compared to, right, the size of an adult. It's getting, obviously it's not there yet, but it's getting pretty close. So this turtle is well on its way.
Allie would like to know, how much do they weigh now? And I know we have a big range.
Yes, so we have a range. So some of them are only about 150 grams. So this guy here, this is our smallest turtle from one of the classrooms, and it's about 150 grams, still 15 times larger than when it hatched. And then, like I said, we have some other ones that are like 700 grams or so. So, ooh, quite a range in sizes. Cool. Looks like Kara caught. Did you catch something else?
Yeah, I caught a frog, and the reason I brought it up here is because it was being pretty obliging and making some weird noises, but now, of course, it stopped. Frogs like this one's probably about a year old. You can see it's a lot skinnier than that other friend that we saw. Frogs are really interesting. You guys can see kind of that circle. Oh, dang it. That circle where its ear should be, that's still an ear. It's called a tympanum, and it really helps them listen to vibrations. But this is about the size of frog that, if they got lucky, your turtles could try to chew up. And we've seen a ton of them in this wetland, which also means there are tadpoles around for the turtles to eat.
So Allison wants to know, how many are being released today?
18?
Yeah, 18.
18 turtles today. A lot of snapping turtles. And speaking of sounds, although our friend isn't being very obliging. Okay, so maybe you guys can hear that. I'm not sure quite how good, the microphone is, but this is a release sound. The frog is asking to be let go, so we're gonna let it happen this time. Oop, big old spring. Okay, so pretty soon here, we're gonna actually put the snapping turtles in the water. We'll actually be releasing these 3 turtles. But while we do, I want you guys to keep your ears open. There are a lot of sounds happening here. Most of them are red-winged blackbirds, which are a really cool wetland bird, but there are also birds of all kinds and bugs of all kinds, and even more kinds of animals that are going.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so Kara is going to take the first turtle out into the middle of the swamp here to release it, so you guys can all say goodbye to the turtle. And we want to say to all of you a huge thank you. So let's see, I'm going to give Kara the biggest turtle here.
Good Lord, this guy's big.
Okay.
All right, friend. We're going to go a little deep in here. These tussocks are really nice for the turtles, but they also like to swim along the channels. So we'll try to put him somewhere where he can go low, but he can also, when really close to stuff, he can stand on his back.
So we did have a
This spot
question.
looks lovely. So, sayonara to this big guy.
Okay.
So as he's getting released,
Yeah.
Janine and Anya want to know why
Yeah.
the turtles are such different sizes.
Yeah, so what's going on here is that, so I'll just explain. So the thing is, so turtles have a really wide ability of like growth patterns. So it all has to do with how much food they're eating. And so their growth is very plastic, what we call. So, you know, you can have a turtle that grows really slowly, and in the wild, they're gonna grow really, really slowly because it's hard to find food. The water is cold, right? And so they're gonna have to find their own food, whereas when they get all you can eat buffet, they can grow really quickly. So some of it has to do with like how often they were fed or how much they got fed in the shot. And other times it has to do with just, you know, genetics or kind of random chance, just like some, you know, you might be bigger or taller than your sibling, even though you guys are from the same parents. So that's, there's some variability in there as well. So it's both nature and nurture with the turtles.
Cool. And we had a really good question from Rachel.
Yes.
How long are you able to track turtles for? For example, have you been able to follow a turtle that you've released over multiple years?
Absolutely. So for some of these turtles, and for the snapping turtles that we're releasing today, we are not putting radio trackers on them, but in a future Zoo to You, we're going to be showing you guys one of our conservation projects with Blanding's turtles, and those guys we are going to be putting radio trackers on and following them and seeing where they go. And we have some turtles that we've been tracking for 5 or 6 or even more years, as from when we first released them, and now they're like 5, 6, 7 plus years old. We also have the moms that we've been tracking, so we put trackers on the moms, and there's some moms that we've been tracking for over 10 years. And so we have a lot of data on where they go and what they're doing and how well they're surviving. And what's so exciting is that this project that Zoo New England is doing with Headstarting turtles is making a huge difference on some of these turtle populations, because through Headstarting and through nest protection and through habitat restoration, we're actually taking populations that have been really precipitously declining, and we're bringing them back up, and we're gradually starting to see that happen, which is really exciting. And so, you know, when you come, hopefully, right, when our zoo opens again and you can come back and visit us, right, you can see animals that we have at the zoo, but you can also be realizing that we're doing conservation of animals that are out here in our local ecosystems as well. And you can be part of that by joining the zoo. So thank you so much for doing that. And I also want to say a huge shout out to all the schools. This year we had over 60 Massachusetts schools that helped us raise turtles all around, and they've made a huge difference for conservation, and they are all turtle heroes. So any of you guys are watching right now, give yourselves a huge pat on the back. Thank you for raising turtles with us. Cool. Awesome. So thanks guys, thanks for joining us in the field today. And tune in again tomorrow for the next Zoo to You, right? Every day at 1:30 we have a cool Zoo to You about all kinds of things that we're doing at the zoo, even now despite the closures. And tune in again soon, because we're going to be releasing even more turtles in the following weeks. So thanks guys, bye!